Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yeah, the classic. Yeah, obviously I've had this said to me so many times throughout my life, many times.
When people ask me that, where are you from? I'm like, yeah, I'm from London. No, but where are you from? I'm like, from North London. Yeah, but where? I'm like, Enfield? They're like, no, but where are you really from? I'm like, I'm really from Enfield. Like, I know where you're trying to get at. I'm not going to tell you until you ask me the right way, because where are you from makes me feel like an alien.
So they're just kind of just like, oh, where are you from? Like, it just flows out. So it's kind of, for me, I try to more educate people more on like what the question that they're trying to ask, like something like that, of like, look, I'm not, my granddad was white, my mum was black, breaking it down.
Definitely heard that all the time, abroad and in the UK. Abroad, I guess, I just say London and it's kind of fine. In the UK, it follows with that, no, really, where are you from? I think for me, I personally don't find it offensive. I think my parents are like first generation to this country, like the majority of my family are back in Nigeria, so I think I hold a lot towards Nigeria. So I think, but you're saying it to someone that's parents or family have been there for like decades and centuries and have contributed so much to the British society, to say that will be offensive because you're essentially saying you don't belong here, you don't look like us, and it's kind of devaluing what their ancestors have done. So I get from that perspective it will definitely be offensive, but I think for me, maybe because I'm first generation, I don't hold it that much, if that makes sense.
If someone is saying, because I get it all the time, where are you from? And I'm like, I'm from Leicester. And they're like, no, like, where are you really from? And I'm like, I'm from Leicester, and my parents are from Leicester. And my grandparents, and that's where the question is coming from. And I think, yeah, like, I try and not take it to heart, because if you take these comments to heart every day, you'd be really exhausted. And I think for me, you learn as a black or mixed race person moving through the world, and in where we're at right now, these sort of more passive aggressive comments come a lot more because people are scared to come out and say things that they know are openly racist.
Like, you go down that whole road and people like can keep pressing you, when really the question they're asking isn't where are you from, because where am I from in terms of I was born here, like, and I've lived here my whole life. The question you're really asking is like, what is my heritage? Like, where is that from? And you know, I used to like when I was younger and like not really even think about it, and then as I got older and also you've had more experience and people kind of press you on it, you kind of learn better ways to cope with it and deal with it. And now to a point of like, I'll just let people dig themselves that grave and just keep going until they kind of realise that, until they feel really awkward like about it, because you know it's not for me to justify, you know, or explain my heritage if they're being ignorant in the way that they're asking me.
Before, I didn't realise it. Like, I'll just be like, oh, I'm from London, oh, I'm from Nigeria. I didn't see the kind of intent behind it. So now if people say that to me, I'm actually realising what they're actually saying, what they're actually implying. So I think before this, like, I never actually realised, like, I kind of blocked it out. But I think for now, like, it's definitely something that I'm going to be realising more.
And then it's like, oh, no, this is what I mean. I'm like, okay, so you need to say, what's your heritage, or what's your ethnicity, or, oh, where your parents not from, I guess.
What's their ethnicity?
Yeah, what's their ethnicity?
What's their heritage?
I can get where it can get confusing, but it's phrasing and just making people aware of how to say things properly, because when you ask someone where they're from, it just makes you feel like you're not from here, and I'm from here. I'm born and bred here, so don't, like, you're making me feel like I shouldn't be here.
As a self-preservation thing, like, I sometimes I sometimes go, okay, like, yeah, I'm from Leicester, but da-da-da-da. And actually, no one's entitled to know that information. I have people stop me in the street and be like, where are you from? And I'm like, I'm from here. I'm from Leicester. I'm literally walking through town or whatever, and I'm like, it's so strange to me.
Yeah, it's a lot, that question, in terms of like the where are you from, the whole where are you from paradigm.